Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Compass. This is our weekly devotion here at Cornerstone United Methodist Church. So glad that you turned in today to listen and watch this devotion. We are still in our devotional series called Intentional Living. And today, I want to focus on God, our hearts. And it comes from Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Why should we guard our hearts according to Proverbs 4:23? By answering that question, let's look at the physical heart. In the human body, the heart is essential for living. I'm not a doctor or a scientist. And guess what? I've never played one either on TV. But what little I know about human biology, I know this. When the heart stops, you stop. The beat of the heart is proof and evidence that you are still alive. Whenever you watch shows where there is an accident or trauma, when the paramedics show up, the first thing they do is check for a pulse. Again, no pulse, no life. Clearly, this shows how important the heart is to human living. There's a physical heart, but there's also a spiritual heart. Yet as Christians, you don't just have a human heart that produces physical life. You also have a spiritual heart that produces spiritual life. It is this heart that leads us to this verse in Proverbs 4:23. Right off the bat, this verse lifts the importance of the heart by instructing us to guard it. What does guard your heart in Proverbs 4:23 mean? To answer that, let's look at the biblical definition of the heart. When the Bible speaks about the heart, it is not talking about the physical heart that beats. It is referring to the mind, the will, or even the inner man. The mind and the will are the places where you make your life decisions. Every choice you make, everything you decide to do comes from a decision of your will or your mind. That's why salvation has to be a decision of your mind. Romans chapter 10, verses 9 through 10 say this: If you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. Let's look at the role of the heart. So, as you can see, the heart plays an important role in your decision making, starting with the decision to follow Jesus. Because of this, we now see the importance of this verse, Proverbs 4:23. Since everything you do flows out of your mind, then it makes sense to put a hedge or guard around it so you can protect the things you do. Your decision and choices are a result of the things you feed your heart or your mind with. If you put the right stuff in, you will get the right stuff out. But the reverse of this is also true. Guarding your heart is making sure you are keeping wrong influences out, because these things will ultimately affect the decisions you make. Why is it important to guard our hearts according to Proverbs 4:23? The first thing is because you love God. The second thing is because you want to accomplish God's purpose. And the third thing is because you want to live eternally with God. Amen. Can you pray this prayer with me? Lord, create in me a clean heart. Guard my path. Teach me to guard my heart, to keep my eyes focused on you, and to resist evil. Let my words and actions be acceptable in your sight, like the flowers of the bleeding heart plant reflect sunlight. Let my heart reflect the light of Jesus Christ. Amen. As you go about the rest of this week, my prayer is that you will allow your heart to be in the things of God. You will allow your heart to be in the things of God. God bless you, and you have a wonderful day and rest of the week. Amen.